So let me tell you about my week, how the next 2 weeks are looking. So I'm flying up to an opening on Friday by myself, renting a car, staying in a motel, teaching a class the next day, coming back to Vancouver on the Sunday. My husband's picking me up with work for 2 exhibitions that we're delivering on Monday morning. Oh, and we're also picking up our granddaughter at the airport. And so Monday, we're taking work up into the Fraser Valley to an exhibition, back downtown Vancouver for another exhibition. I'm meeting a group on Zoom for a fourth exhibition. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. I am all in. My timeline is fine. I've got it all organized, but it's just like my brain is off in so many different directions. And I'm thankful for all these opportunities. But wow, and I know there's sort of, I know I'll get through it. I know I'll bust through it and it'll all be good. But wow, what do you do when there's too many things on your plate?
I I have a system kind of for that, but Chantel, do you
Oh
have
no,
some?
go for it. Go for it.
Okay, so I over the years I've had multiple different kind of ways. I keep kind of refining and whatever. And right now my that Notion template is really helping me. I'll show you later. I just don't want to do it here. But you know what I did a few years ago, which really helped, and it depends what kind of person you are. I'm a visual, very, very visual. I had a little board and I wrote on a post-it note, I wrote every single thing I had to do, like every single one. And then as I did them, I just took it off. And so it wasn't a thing of crossing it off. It was a thing of taking it right off the board. And at that time, I think it was a big show and I had to make a ton of stuff. And I would put like for each piece I had to make, I knew I had to make like a 24 by 24. Every single one of those got a post-it note. And as I made them, I took it off and it made me feel like I'm much better when I'm overwhelmed, when I can see what it is. I can see the whole thing laid out in front of me, what I have to do, because then it takes it out of my head at least. And then as I took the things off the board and saw it getting sparser and sparser, it felt so good. And I was motivated to complete something because then I got to take a post-it off of the board. And it just made it feel like because I'm such a minimalist, I think it just made it feel good rather than crossing it out and making all kinds of visual noise with that. Just deleting it from the board, making it go away was really nice. So that's just an idea. And you don't need, I mean, I made a little board. I didn't need to do that. I could have done it on a wall, but I really like the post-it idea because I just put, and yeah, it's a waste of post-it notes if anybody's going to go off on that, but that's life. And I mean, you could color code them and all that, but that's not what I'm interested in. I just wanted it to be easy. Every single task I had and every single piece I had to make, and then just one by one, off they came.
Brilliant.
And it just felt good.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Chantel?
Well, before starting the Notion schedule that I really like now,
Good.
I had a system. I was each week, each Monday morning, I wrote on a sheet of paper on the computer, then printed it with a square that I check what to do. But I listened to a podcast talking about the thing that you postpone all the time.
Yeah.
And those things are the first thing that you have to do. So I made myself, now that I have my Notion, it's okay, but I have something that I'm doing right now is this elephant in the room.
Oh, that's a good. Oh, because how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Okay.
Well, it's about this thing that I'm postponing all the time. It's like an elephant in my room.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to, squeeze myself not to look at the elephant, but it's there. The elephant is there. So I have this particular list that I see every day. It's so it's a place where I see like each hour, each minute. So I know that those things I have to do first.
Absolutely great.
Yeah, do you know what I think is great about that? And I kind of feel the same way about this whole Post-it note thing. When you from what I gather, you're taking that one thing and that's on your elephant thing, not not everything you have to do. But when you break things down as well into things that you can do right away, even if one of the things is gather the materials for that and lay them out. Do you know what I mean? When you get an easy thing and get to cross it off, or take off the Post-it note, that gives you a little sense of accomplishment and success.
It's like an inner combat. Like I know I have to do it, but there's all those fears and all those I'm not sure what all those are, but some of them are fears. And it's if I don't do it, this battle, if I do things that I'm supposed to do and on my Notion, and I know I have to do them. If I don't do the elephant thing, I'm kind of I have regrets. I'm not feeling good inside because I know I have to do it, but I can't face it. So when I do this with this image with the elephant, it's like being conscious that this is what I have to do. And
that's a good idea. Wow. So it's almost like every day. And when you get rid of that elephant, will you find another elephant? Like,
well,
or is it just sometimes? Is it just particular items that are?
It's per week. So at the end of the week, I do another one. But I'm in all of things I have to do in my Notion list.
Yeah.
I pick up what is the elephant.
Yeah.
And I put them there because if I don't do it, I know the next week I'm gonna be very not happy about myself.
Yeah. Well, the elephant will still be there, and you have to.
Yeah. And it's staring at me. It looks at me and says, when
now there'll be two. Okay, so Susan, what kind of brilliant advice what kind of brilliant things have Chantal and I come up with that now is going to help you?
Oh, yeah. So, and I realized that they're all in my brain, all in my head. I do have some things on paper, but probably not enough. I like the idea of having that checklist. I probably wouldn't do the Post-it note thing, partly because I don't see a wall or a space in my studio where I could put it, but that's not to say I wouldn't. So, and I do have a big planner that I do put down tasks and appointments and that. So yeah, no, I can see how that would be helpful. And the elephant in the room kind of thing, those would be like have to do tasks for the week that there's no negotiation. I can't put it on. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Thanks. We'll work on this. Okay.
Soundstripe.